Back again on, and I'm gonna expose some things that the government got going on when it comes to your blood donation. Yes, another secret hidden, and I'm gonna expose it now. We go get into it and show you what they're doing with your blood when you so-called donate blood to any one of those places, Red Cross or anywhere in your city. It's the same collection of the human being bloods by the elite. We go get into this right here and break it down. Make it run.
In America, blood means big business.
It's this whole multi-billion-dollar industry, and there are centers all over the country.
The North American blood market was valued at $3.3 billion.
Of course, it go value $3.3 billion with the coding right there, the 33 coding. Pay attention here.
In 2021. And America's blood makes up over 2% of U.S. exports. And since there is no substitute for human blood, demand can be hard to meet.
You're at a one-day supply of blood right now?
One-day supply of blood.
There are still...
They got a one-day supply of blood. You believe them people with all the blood that they're collecting in these blood drives. Don't believe them. And even though it's a pandemic going on where they tell you have this deadly virus carrying around in your body, you can't even move around without a mask, and they're still taking your blood and you still don't get it, what they got going on. And I told you, the reason why they're putting this on the table right now is because they want more people to give blood, and they have all kind of so-called policies and laws out there where gay people so-called can't give blood. They're also gonna change that. Just pay attention. It's just the agenda they're putting on the table. Watch this.
Sporadic shortages, and that could have life or death consequences. This is a public health resource.
You hear this?
It gives life. It's an amazing thing.
But there
So
are
pay attention here, people. It give life. It's an amazing thing. As you could see the red cross right there. It's a bloody cross. That's what it means. A lot of people don't get it. They're dealing with blood and they give you a red cross and you don't get it. It's the elite people taking your blood 100% and the masses sleep. But what I'm saying is, yes, they have blood transfusion. Maybe somebody meeting an accident, lose a lot of blood and basically need some blood. They do that. But what you have to understand, they ain't even using quarter of the blood that they're collecting from the masses, even the blood plasma. What you think they're doing with it is what keeping the elites alive. Just remember, I tell you, it's a big business.
hurdles for some groups.
There you go.
FDA study that could reverse a ban on gay men who
There
want
you
to
go.
donate blood.
There you go, people. They're going to release that ban 100%. That's what they're doing right now as they start putting this shit right here on the table.
FDA's blood ban, it's not following the science.
Grifols,
no science.
CSL Plasma,
Watch
Takeda's
this.
BioLife, and Octapharma are huge players in the blood
You
collection
hear that, people?
space.
You hear their name? Wow, pay attention. It's a satanic thing, people. Nobody can tell me nothing. This is a satanic rituals with them transferring and moving around, even selling the human being blood. Is satanic shit.
Particularly plasma.
There you
And
go.
donors are compensated. And that plasma can be used for therapies provided by big pharmaceutical companies.
You hear that, people? So they're telling you that they're actually using your blood to make medication? It's bullshit. You better wake your ass up. And I told you, they're paying people for the plasma, so-called. To take your plasma out, they're paying you for it. You know why? Because you're actually giving up your strength. You give up your blood plasma, the plasma. Of course, that's what it is, people. You're giving away your blood cells. Pay attention here.
Collection of blood plasma for compensation is banned in most of the world.
Yes, they do it
The
everywhere.
U.S. supplies 70% of the
Wow.
world's plasma.
Supply to who? As you could see them holding with the 3 6s right there on the hand sign. Who they supplying the blood to? You better wake up. It's the fucking elites, people. That's what they do.
Creating this unique American blood economy.
There you
got
go, people. Blood
rewarded
economy.
for donating has kept me donating because
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't make it otherwise. I couldn't buy gas. I couldn't pay
Wow.
my car insurance.
What a dumb
Here's
shit.
how the weird
What a
economy
dumb
of blood
shit.
works.
No wonder you
And
look
why
like
the
a
U.S. is
zombie.
such a major player.
You either make what's called a whole blood donation, which takes about 30 minutes, where
Wow.
you give roughly a pint of blood,
Plasma donation is quite different from a whole blood donation.
or you give what's called an apheresis unit, which is a little more extensive. You get hooked up to a similar machine.
They're taking your blood cell, people. What you can't understand, they run this massive DNA testing of the masses, takes everybody DNA in the name of COVID, and look, now they can come for your blood. They're looking for special blood types That's what you need to know. They're sieving through all of that blood that the mass is giving them. They don't understand what they're
This
doing with it.
machine extracts blood and it separates the yellowish plasma component
Yes.
from the rest of the blood cells.
And that's a greater time commitment. And then you get a cookie.
One blood
Wow, you
donation
get a
can be
cookie.
broken down into different components. That way, more than one patient can be treated. Look
It's
at
got nothing to do with no patients, people. It's the elites. Just remember that.
this vial of blood. You'll see the red blood cells making up the bottom portion, a white layer in the middle, that's the white blood cells and platelets, and then the yellow.
That's what they keep for them right there. That is what throw off the masses when it comes to the vampires of this earth, the so-called elites. You better remember they're reptilians. They want the blood plasma, not the red blood that they show you in the movies that the vampires suck. They need it to whipped out to plasma right there. That's what they want. They use it for their facial. They use it for everything. Basically keep them younger, make them look younger than they actually is.
Yellowish section, that's plasma, making up 55% of blood.
And it transports nutrients, hormones, proteins
You hear
to
that?
the parts
Even
of the body that need
hormones.
it. So due to its nutrient-rich properties, blood plasma is used in medicines to treat a range of
You hear that, people? It using medicine, the blood plasma. Wow, what a dumb shit for the masses. I already told you. They're using it for the elites to keep them alive, to run more psyops and destroy the masses. Pay attention here. Blood in medicine? What a dumb shit.
medical conditions.
The U.S. blood supply ran dangerously low over the pandemic.
There you
With
go.
the cancellation of elective surgeries, we suddenly had a surplus of blood.
Then COVID caused cancellations of thousands of blood drives across the country.
No, people, they actually step it up during the pandemic. I did video on it. They actually turn it up in the pandemic. You better wake up.
Plus, the baby boomers are aging out of the donor pool.
We're not seeing younger generations pick up the slack, and we need them to
You hear
very
that?
badly.
They need
As a
blood.
millennial, it didn't make sense to just edit this story without going and donating blood myself.
Pay attention here. You see what I tell you? This one here to influence the masses to actually give up their blood cells. That's what they're doing. They're killing you slowly. Take a look. They're killing the masses slowly by taking your fucking blood. Are you kidding me?
In order to qualify to be a blood donor, you have to be healthy, and then there are certain things that can defer someone from donating. You have to fill out an extensive donor history questionnaire, also
They have to
making
know
sure that
what
your blood
blood
will be
they're
safe
getting.
for the donor,
So this is me.
that you haven't had some
What donor? Make sure the blood is safe for the donor. What donor? You better wake up, people. This is a sideshow right here. They're giving the masses. They're knowing what they're doing with the blood. Got nothing to do with no patients in
in
hospitals.
some exposures, some diseases.
Through has been a new blood test that should ensure that in future
Listen.
nobody contracts AIDS from a blood transfusion.
So
What
it
that
makes
dumb shit for the masses. You see how they do you from day one? Just to keep taking your damn blood.
83 when, due to people contracting HIV from the U.S. blood supply, again, this was back
Bullshit.
when there was very little known about
Bullshit.
HIV, the FDA implemented a blanket ban and added a question to its blood donor questionnaire.
So
Have
weird
you
looking
had sex
guy.
with another man since 1977? And if the answer to that question was yes, you were banned from donating blood.
They go change
That's
that.
when the lifetime ban on these donors was implemented. In 2015, it was rolled back to a 12-month deferral.
You
Then in
see?
2020, when the pandemic struck, it was rolled back further to 3 months' time
There
due
you
to the
go.
urgent need for blood
There
donors.
you go. And because of the urgent need for blood donors, they're gonna also take the blood from the gay. It's just an agenda. Pay attention.
A 2014 report found that allowing this community equal access to donating blood could increase the blood supply by 2%
There
to
you go.
4% every year.
Here we are 40 years later, and there is still government policy that stigmatizes gay and bisexual and other men who have sex with men.
So you see, people, this is what they're really pushing about who having sex with men to give blood. It's the blood agenda, and I told you it's a devil work. I'm gonna show you something. Make it run.
We turn now to our GMA cover story, the Red Cross sounding the alarm on the worst national blood shortage in more than a decade.
You hear that, people? They sound the alarm, said this is the worst blood shortage they have in decades. Why they're there selling your blood. Do you understand that? The video that I show you, you pay attention to it? They're actually selling the American bloods overseas, so-called. And watch this right here. They're screaming blood shortage. It's fakery. This is what they do to step it up, to take more of the masses' blood.
Reeve has more on what's behind the crisis and how you can help out.
And of course, look at this guy with the cross right there. It's just not red. You see what they're doing, people. It's the devil work they're doing right here on TV.
Well, good morning.
Good morning. Only 38%, according to the Red Cross, of Americans are eligible to donate blood at any given time. And of those people, only 10% actually donate. Compounding that problem is fewer healthy donors amid many other issues with the pandemic. Blood supply right now is critical to saving lives. You can help.
You hear that? Pay attention.
There's a national blood shortage. The Red Cross calling it the worst in over a decade.
And when they tell you that, you get up out your home and go give them your blood. You see how easy they program the dumb people? That's what they do. You see that? That's what TV do.
Physicians are being forced to make decisions about where the blood is going and who will get it immediately and who has to wait, which is devastating.
The Red Cross provides almost half of all blood to the U.S.
Wow.
Blood required after a major injury, surgery, or other issues. Blood donation.
They rarely give those blood to those people. You better understand that. They rarely give the blood. As a matter of fact, it's rarely that the people need the blood. Actually, you better wake your ass up. Your body do produce blood. That's why you can give them a whole tank and go home and you're still living. You understand? When you give them a whole pint of blood, a whole fucking bottle full of blood, do you die? No. So if somebody come in that lose a pint of blood, why the hell they gonna die? Does it make sense? I can give you my blood freely, and once I give it to you and I didn't bleed it out, I'm not gonna die. It's dumb shit.
Have dropped 10% since March 2020, a byproduct of the interminable pandemic, causing canceled blood drives, staffing shortages, and fear of exposure to COVID-19.
Bullshit, people.
Blood is a life-saving therapy.
They
There is no alternative.
They never give you a COVID test before they take your blood. You understand me? I do video on it. They're lying. They never even do no COVID test. Or they're gonna know if your blood good. They just take it and run with it. They're full of shit.
And it cannot be manufactured or stockpiled.
11-year-old Draylon Holmes often needs blood transfusions.
Yes, and this is what they show you to make you give up your blood. It's fake shit, as you can see the kid looking at the camera. It's set up by the government. They put it on TV to brainwash the people so they can give up their blood. Move.
Tonight, CBS News has learned the Red Cross is declaring a national blood crisis for the first.
Of course, it's not the people who want the blood supposedly, screaming that it's a blood shortage, like the hospital and them places, emergency room that needed to replace people that got, that lose a lot of blood. No, it's the Red Cross. The Red Cross is the one who decide that there is a crisis going on. It's dumb shit, people. What do you think? That's a perfect thing to use right there. Just pay attention. The Red Cross is the one who's sounding the alarm, not the people who want it, not the hospitals. What that tell you is bullshit.
And tomorrow we'll ask people to donate immediately.
There you
That
go.
lives are at risk.
Donate immediately because life is at risk. That's what they do, people. It's a trick.
This is a historic shortage, the worst in more than a decade,
Of course.
and the ramifications are unimaginable as doctors are being forced to make tough decisions on who should get blood and who needs to
Dumb
wait.
shit.
Nope.
Later on, bam, as they show you another black kid again, because I'm just gonna mention it. Later on, they're gonna tell you if you're black or Hispanic and get into an accident, they're gonna put you to the back where you don't get the blood and they give it to the white people. That's where they're going next, like they do every fucking agenda. You understand?
11-year-old should have to worry about the nation's blood supply, but Draylon Holmes does.
This
How
is the
does
same
having
kid.
sickle cell disease affect you?
Like sometimes I can't get out.
This kid don't look like it have sickle cell. You hear me? Sickle cell people is real thin, even in the face. That don't look like a sickle cell victim. It's a faker.
Just before Thanksgiving,
faker
Draylon was
right here.
severely anemic and needed
Same
a
kid.
transfusion, but was forced to wait 2 days.
You see that?
What was that wait like?
Very scary because that
Wow,
was
but
actually
you're laughing. It's bullshit, people. Fake shit for the masses. And like I say, it will pull on your heartstring and let you follow suit and give up your damn blood.
Inside the
Look
California
at this
facility,
right here.
processing more blood than anywhere else in America.
Wow, they're processing blood, people, in a factory right here in California. Are you kidding me?
California facility processing more blood than anywhere else in America. The crisis is easy to see.
Normally, this refrigerator would be filled with blood donations. Come take
Stop lying to the masses. It's bullshit, people. They're faking you. They want you to dig down and give them more blood. Even if you give them already, they want more. They pull on your heartstring. It's fake shit.
This is only a tiny fraction of the normal supply, and that could have life or death consequences.
The Red Cross handles 40% of the nation's blood supply.
What happened?
This is how they do it, people. Just remember, I tell you, don't follow or listen to these people that giving you the news. They're trying to brainwash the masses to run to the Red Cross blood drives to give up their blood. And like I say, it's a satanic rituals they have running on the earthly masses. They're never gonna get it. You keep giving them your blood, you're making them stronger. And of course, you're weak when you give up your damn blood cell. I'm gone.